Okay, now we're good. Yes, just had to. I pressed start streaming right when I thought. Actually, give me 1 second. Oh my god. Okay. Fingers crossed we're okay now. So I pressed start streaming when when I thought my call was going to end. But then my boy on the other on the line decided he needed to, excuse me, needed to spend even more time. Yes, of course. But what? Okay, no, that's okay. Not important. Yeah, my boy on the line decided he needed to say a few more things. That's why I did the whole eye roll. I don't know if you guys actually saw the eye roll. Let's try that again. There we go. The whole eye roll and just bro, come on. Anyway, so today, as promised, we are going into the mountains of Shizuoka. And we're going to go via the, what is this, Highway 362? That's right, Highway 362. Let's see, we're going, there we go, due west, almost due west. And see, those are the mountains in the distance. We're probably going to go over there. Yes, fantastic. Any questions before we start? Will we talk about drinks today? Yes, we will. Oh, were those your cookies? Oh, thank you. Good morning, Miss Ren. Today we're actually walking through Japan. We're walking through a small city in Japan, and I'm going to be making fun of some of our viewers' drinks because obviously it's Friday, and our viewer base is interesting. Actually, this is something that I've never really consistently said, but our viewer base is interesting because our viewer base has the ability to have drinks at 10 a.m. I can't spell 10. And EST, 7 a.m. PST, and what time is it in Hong Kong? 9? No, it can't be 9. Yeah, 9. Okay. Wait, is it 9? Before I make a fool of myself. Oh, fun. I've stopped going to the gym because because of the pandemic. I've essentially built something at home that I use, and it turns out that I prefer doing stuff at home. It's almost 10, yes. And 8 a.m. Fantastic. And 10 p.m. What is this? BST? Beijing Standard Time? I have no idea what it's called. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so our viewer base is interesting like that. Mostly because they are, how do we say, boring people with too much time. But also because they are, how do we say, managers, analysts, lawyers, etc. People who can parcel their time. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I used to really like going to my local gym. But then like it was always slightly difficult for me because I don't know. It always seemed weird to be working out when there was like just a couple of other dudes in the gym like grunting and trying desperately to show off at the same time. And it's not even that I was intimidated, but more just like my boys were trying too hard and it was just like not not a pleasant experience. And so once I started working out at home, I kind of never looked back. As an aside, can we just point out something really interesting, which is that. Oh, give me one quick second. Okay, have fun, Miss Random. And also, yes, I was going to comment on this, which is the. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about your drinks because your drinks are boring. Um, which is the fact that a lot of these stores are semi-permanently shut. All right, and it's sad, isn't it? I mean, not all of them. Some of them are simply not open. But you can tell from like a building like this, right? It's it's empty, and I feel like it's been sitting empty for a while, right? And so it really speaks to the hollowing out of the countryside that's been happening. Yeah. Yes, that. Oh, what time are we at? 7. That's why we need to buy up some land and houses. Actually, I'm not sure how housing permissions work. Do we have anyone who actually works with Japanese developmental law? I don't think so. Yeah, because that's a little bit more obscure than even stuff that we do. Kumquat juice. Ooh, quitch. That sounds delicious. I'll try that sometime. Though kumquats are very rare here. I don't know why. Actually, let me make sure I know what a kumquat is before I. Yes, those things are quite rare here. What timing are we at? 8 minutes. Kumquats are more rare here than in Asia. Yeah. But yeah, that's something we should try. Oh, I completely lost my train of thought. No, I wasn't going to comment on your drink. Okay, how about this? I'm going to guess what you're drinking for our first one because it's you've never given me anything of value, and the stuff I know that you drank from when we go out is just I'm not convinced of their value as something that you should like imbibe to begin with. I did want to mention something else. Oh yes, here. Look at this stuff, right? These used to be small shops. Disappointing. Or not disappointing, more just sad, right? And the fact of the matter is when a society has that, it's essentially a constant reminder and it's a constant depressant, even if the rest of the society is mildly prosperous. If does that kind of make sense? Let me put it this way. When there are constant reminders of maybe not degeneration, but let's say of lack of development, it weighs on the psyche, right? And that's probably not a good thing. Yeah. Well, see, that's why this is why some countries actually they don't buy it. They use eminent domain to take over derelict. Can you say derelict? I want to say yes, but let me just find derelict. Blah blah blah. Very poor. Blah blah. Okay, yeah, you can use derelict housing, storefronts, etc. for redevelopment, right? And that makes it that means that there's a constant renewal, and this is actually I at least in Japan and at least in Tokyo, as far as I'm aware. There is constant renewal simply because there's always new buildings being built because um, buildings have a lifespan of I can't remember, was it 10 to 20 years? Like medium sized buildings, right? We're not talking huge apartment blocks, but like these sorts of like these sorts of single detached buildings, right? 10-20 years, I want to say, like this kind of guy. And so because of that, there's constant renewal because there's constantly someone tearing it down and building it back up again, and that's great, right? Because it does demonstrate a sort of dedication towards renewal and making sure that things are redeveloped, blah blah blah. And whenever you do that, it really does get back into the local economy. Whereas if you just never touch a building, it it tends to not do. Right, I was gonna guess your drink. Your drink today. Let's see. Actually, is someone else in the office with someone that's on stream? Yes. Can you can we have her? Actually, I'll just talk to her directly. Um, just let me type the name in. Okay. Um, can you go and grab whatever he's drinking and hold on to it so that he doesn't fake it? And then when you're ready, I'll guess. アルト? Look at all these tiny bands. 一自動車? I don't think that's the shop's name. Oh yeah, you see. Seni? Kawaii? Kawaii? Seni? Doesn't matter. I don't know enough Japanese names to actually properly read them. Like when I read a name, I can recognize each of the kanji individually, but I can't actually. I'm not certain about the name, like how it's read in a name, right? And also, yes, we are getting into the mountains. We are just coming out of Shizuoka proper, and hopefully we'll see some mountain. It is beautiful, right? Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, Shizuoka is also not one of the is also one of the more outside of Tokyo, one of the more rich cities and more developed cities, simply because it has that. Last time we talked about it having a very nice tea, being known for its tea, and when we flew over this, we did see sort of like tea plantations and stuff, right? You got the drink, excellent. Okay, I'm going to guess. Hmm. I'm going to guess that it is a vodka drink with probably a lime of some sort. No. Yes, tonic. lime, and sugar. I know what I just described, and so I could have, yes, I could have said the name right away, but no, I like talking about ingredients. Am I correct? No sugar? See? See? Okay, so the reason I knew that is because my boy usually alternates between either gin based one or a vodka based one. And today is one of those days. And I've noticed that gin is more for happy days. And vodka is more for sad days. So when we factor in the state of the world economy right now and what the our boy, ooh, this is just a tiny wheat field. What? Sorry, not wheat, rice. No, what is that? Yes, factoring in the world economy, it it doesn't mean that that I expect that kind of stuff. Rice. Yeah, it is rice. Good. How dare you make me question myself? It's interesting though, isn't it, that rice, especially in Japan, rice is still cultivated in such small patties, and that is actually part of government policy that rice is cultivated in patties like that. Also, we can't see the river. That's annoying. What if we go over here? Can we see the river if we're over here? No, not really. Right? See, again, this is rice. And this is rice in such a small area that one person should theoretically be able to do this. But when you do that, oh, what happened? Oh no, this is fine. What are we doing? 15 minutes. I guessed a drink properly. And 17 minutes. Rice cultivation in Japan still often depend on individuals in small areas, and that's by design. Whether that design is correct or not is sort of a different story, right? Like part of the reason why it is like that is because historically farmers have had a lot of political power, and so whenever they do this, they whenever like the government tries to introduce a little bit of efficiency into the system, it doesn't necessarily always work out. Right. So guessing the drink was easy. Yeah, it was just like given we know where my boy works and what kind of, oh, that's pretty, isn't it? What is this? Oh, yes. This is a temple. Mm, oh, it's yeah. It's an institution. Oh right, I haven't. Yes, I got distracted earlier when we were talking about other things. But yes, thank you to. I guess these cookies were what on behalf of the entire Mommy Clique. So thank you to the Mommy Clique for dropping off some cookies. They're going really well with my morning coffee. My fifth morning coffee. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. We're not seeing anything here. Oh, press the wrong button. That's okay. I wonder if we'll see something better here. Here. No, that's an embankment all the way. That's kind of pretty, right? And then there's the highway. Okay, we'll go through the local roads. There we go. Okay, that way. Sure, I can guess what you're drinking. Given that normally you tell me it's tonic water, I'm just going to go ahead and guess that you're having tonic, even if you aren't. If you aren't having tonic, then I will blame you for not having a tonic. And good morning, Sheldon, of Sidewinder, my friend. This is actually Japan. This is to the southwest of Tokyo, and we're just kind of like taking a stroll through the mountains. Yeah, so you better be having tonic water. If you're not having tonic water, I shall be upset. Second viewers drink better be tonic water. Okay, see, if you tell me that it's sparkling water with lemon and sugar, you're essentially telling me it's tonic water. So yes, thank you. You're welcome. So these fields, I am almost certain that these fields are actually not just a single person's fields. Almost, not entirely. Almost. Are we able to go in here? I don't know. Let's see. No, probably not. See, we bounce off an invisible wall. See, like that. Yeah. But it's nice, isn't it? To end up underneath a bridge in a parking lot, yes. No, we're supposed to be able to turn back into... Excuse me? Hello? Why are you not... Okay. So let's do this. So I think we were supposed to be able to turn back onto the street, so maybe we'll have to go this way. Oh yeah, you see there's a tiny underpass over here. I wonder why this is necessary. Well, because why couldn't you have just... Because, yeah, why couldn't there have been like a light, right? Like between this road. Oh, I suppose it goes on an incline? That seems... Oh, hello? What's up, guys? They're just there on a picnic, obviously. So that would go this way. Were they hand-baked? Okay, well that is good to know, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. This entire street seems to be not very useful. But you never know. It's probably a historically important route. No, that's generally how these things go. Anyway, let's see, is this still rice? That looks like it's rice, right? Maybe? Yeah, it's definitely not tea. I wonder what this is. It's some guy desperate to get elected, yes. Jiminto. Tensetskai. Okay. Oh, hey, look, it's my boy. Well, not my boy, because obviously he's never met me, but Kishida is... Yeah. This is the current Prime Minister of Japan. Who apparently, because of Vladimir Putin, is now going to be the next Abe Shinzo, because apparently he is he's sort of consolidated enough political power, right? Like even though he was chosen as sort of like a stand-in because they didn't want the young upstart to take over for Suga. They didn't want the young upstart to take over for Suga, and so they chose him. But now he's sort of consolidated. That looks like it could be T. Yeah, that looks like T. Are we getting into the T fields? Maybe? Yeah. Definitely not rice, right? We just saw what rice looked like. This is probably T. That's nice, actually. Oh, yeah, you see the terraced O? I went forward too far. Let's go back here. If you just look over the hedges, you see those terraced bushes, right? Those are definitely tea leaves. Yeah, we're getting into tea country. I wonder what. Oh no, those are just power lines. Like from here, you see those power lines that are sort of like white and against the mountains that made it look like they were terraced bushes. It's fantastic. Anyway. Well, see, these days I don't really drink any because it's health related issues, right? Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second. Okay. No, this isn't. Have you guys never heard of K cars? Or rather, have this subset of you never heard of K cars? This is very much a thing. So this I don't know exactly when it started, but essentially there's an entire type of car which essentially they're called K Jirosha. And they are essentially, if we were to translate them literally, they would be translated as light cars. And so you could consider them light motor vehicles, right? So instead of being a three-wheeler like we would have in Britain, or actually we never had that in America. So essentially, instead of being a small like motorcycle type car, these are just four-wheelers, but with specific requirements for size, for engine, for exhaust, fuel economy, etc., etc. And so that's why it still looks like a truck, and you can see in the back it still acts as a truck, but it's the sizing is very much different, right? You see, even this Isuzu, that looks like a garbage truck, actually. Yeah, that is definitely a garbage truck, right? And this actually looks like no, that's an engineering firm. Okay. Like this kind of stuff, right? These are all technically K cars, and so they're light motor vehicles that are definitely cheaper to run. Really, Sidewinder, a few of these smaller ones in Alberta wouldn't presumably not by oilmen though, because wouldn't this be emasculating for like some big burly oil worker? One quick second. Yes. Or maybe they're just more confident in their masculinity than you guys are, right? Like, but no, I have some distant quasi relatives in Japan who all drive K cars simply because they're not only easier and cheaper, but they're also better to navigate, right? Have we gone through Tokyo in a while? Not. We have, and you've seen those really small streets, right? Those side streets. It turns out a lot of those are narrow enough that if you go in with a wide car, it simply wouldn't work. And also, notice all of these, right? The farmers that are working here. If your fields are smaller, you obviously don't need a huge pickup, and so if you can, why wouldn't you use a K car esque thing, right? I think it makes sense. Interesting. Sidewinder, that's actually really fascinating. Like these are actually, as you say, a Suzuki Carry. That's basically a K car. I know that. I didn't know they sold them outside of Japan. That's actually fascinating. Is it like, oh, why did you think about getting one Sidewinder? This is interesting. This part. This is definitely rice. Right? This is definitely rice. And you can see, I wonder. So this place was perhaps originally meant for growing stuff, but perhaps there's simply not enough manpower left to grow. Placed it on a stump. Yeah, I bet those are really light. Like a couple guys could just get together and just pick one up, like throw throw it in the backyard. Or actually, one of I had a buddy in when I was in London. His dad talked about pranks they did in like the 60s. And they would, because they were obviously yobs, right? So they they took those really cheap small cars, and they just tipped it on its side and just left it there for for the owner. It was just the people are mean. A cheap truck though, that doesn't make sense, right? Especially by himself. What a man. Nice. Oh yes, we did have one more drink and then we do have to go. Okay, what's our last drink? Where is R? Oh, did he leave? Does someone else want to? Yeah, he left. Does someone else want to volunteer a drink real quick? Okay. Okay, next time I say, does someone else want to volunteer a drink real quick? That cannot be the answer. I'm not going to repeat it because that's not correct. No, please. Just, yeah, no, not that. Anyway, we're a little bit into the mountains. I spent too much time talking. I do not apologize for that. We are how far away? We're about here, right? Okay, cool. We can go deeper in the mountain next time if that's what everyone desires. But we shall see Sunday when we come back for another planning meeting. Good. We are done for today. Yes. Oh, Sidewinder, if you do ever get one, I want to see and I want to know all about it, okay? I want to see the manuals too. Oh my god, these things are fantastic. I kind of wish I could get one in like New York, but like not really because what would I do with it? I never drive my own car anyway. Anyway, we are done for today. Thank you very much for watching. In conclusion, please download Firefox. Please don't do Chrome. And yeah, we're good. So tomorrow we have. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Yes, tomorrow we have another episode of 20 Minutes Till Dawn. Yes, we're almost done that game. I hope. Actually, can you guys see when I lean forward? No. My there's something about my software that I can change that makes that shows upper body movement, but I've never really had the time to actually figure it out. So we'll see. Anyway, yes, we're done for today. Yes, we will continue tomorrow. Yes, goodbye.